the Beyoncés of the world or the Rihannas of the world or the Adeles of the world. They brought me there, and then I love them, you know? So
Who doesn't?
yeah, so.
You've described Trap as Silence of the Lambs set in a Taylor Swift concert. How on earth did you bring those two ideas together?
You know, it's more of a juxtaposition of tones, that sense of something that's really dark and has high stakes, you know, life and death stakes, but it's set in kind of an inappropriate world where everybody's having the time of their life and joyous and celebrating. And I think, you know, even when you think back in classic scary movies, you know, having something scary happening at a birthday party or something like that, it heightens it because it shows how dark it is.
Aside from Taylor Swift, were there any other artists or fan bases that inspired that concert atmosphere?
We talked a lot about Rosalia in terms of the artistry of what Rosalia does, and that in the choreography of what she does. But I definitely looked at, you know, Taylor's concerts, and I looked at Justin's concert, Justin Bieber's concert. Yeah, like I give, for example, like in Justin's thing, he brings a girl up and he sings to her each concert, that kind of thing in the old days.
Yeah.
And so we have a moment like that in the movie.
This is another film of yours that takes place within a very confined setting. What is it about that setup that appeals so much to you?
You know, the contained thing allows parameters like walls, for me, literal walls, to have the creativity. I need limitations. My mind doesn't work unless it's minimalist and contained to the point of how could you possibly do it. So the smaller the space, an elevator, a boat, a car, a train, or whatever, that excites me. So in this case, 20,000 seat arena, it feels very small to this individual because he's alone in his feelings while the girls are all singing. But there's a larger world outside of this arena where he is the most wanted person in a long time. And he's done these horrible things. His reign of terror exists outside of the space that we're in.
In this film, a big part of it is Riley is introducing her dad to this singer, Lady Raven, that she loves. Is there anything your daughters have introduced you to that as a dad, you are now a fan of yourself?
I mean, all of that musical world where these incredible female singers, they brought me, you know, stronger to the Beyoncés of the world or the Rihannas of the world or the Adeles of the world. They brought me there, and then I love them. You know, so
Who doesn't?
Yeah. So, but it came because it was a house of girls, and they brought that point of view strongly to me.
Your daughter Saleka is starring in this film, and she does an amazing job.
Thank you.
Did the family ties help the production process, or did that relationship make you almost nervous to give any feedback?
No. It was absolutely the opposite. We speak this language. So at the house, we're always in artistic conversations. Nothing changed. It was exactly how we talk about everything, you know. They've heard me talk so much, I'm practically in their head, you know, how we talk about art and all that stuff. And now that they're adults and professionals, they have re-talked those things back to me as I'm getting lost or I lose my way. They're able to anchor me back in the kind of artistic truisms that the family believes in, that the house was built on.